learn and behold for yourself.
So since our producer did not want to allow us to start with fresh, raw content, we're going to do our normal introductions. Shame on you, Mr. Producer.
Sorry.
I'm AK Baby Doo, the Lightbringer.
I'm Frick, you know, the big kahuna, shredding waves of light once again on a beautiful Wednesday.
And I am the Fur Man, bringing the darkness to the show to shine the light.
Welcome, moon and star, come to me through fire and war.
So, critical update starting the show. I was just informed from Mr. Furman that his own girl occasionally refers to him as a hobbit. Brings us to a question. How much disrespect is allowed? How much disrespect is a healthy balance in a relationship between a man and woman?
I think that there needs to be equal parts because I tell her when she starts yelling at my shins for not doing the dishes, I tell her to go ahead and get back in her Keebler hose. Like, you want to go ahead and talk to me like that, then you can go ahead and sleep with the squirrels.
I got squirrels in my ceiling. She can come live in my house.
So you're thinking a healthy back and forth.
Yeah. Dude, you got to because like it's venting, but it's also playful. It's only when you get to like the point where it's like, hey, your dick is crooked like in the middle of it. Why?
I'm not sure that banter and disrespect are the same thing. I don't think these are falling into the same categories.
It's a thin line. It's like the difference between bravery and arrogance.
I think the difference is when and where the banter occurs and the severity of the comments, in those two categories, when and where. Because obviously if you're at home, it's just you guys and you're engaging in some rather mentally violent banter, that's between you guys.
Yeah.
But I think if you're out in public and that same thing's going on,
Well,
I think that might be a little bit different.
So I think public is way different. The stakes are way higher, and the need to be respected is way higher.
Oh,
However, even in private, there's certain low blows that I would argue shouldn't be allowed. So if your girl ever hit you with, "You're never gonna be nothing. You're never gonna go anywhere. You're just a lazy ass piece of shit." Even if that was just you two talking, I think you should go, "You're never gonna talk to me like that again."
Different. I would say, well, that's the difference between you and me. I may not be going anywhere, but you sure as hell are. Get out of the house. Like that's kind of what you.
Yeah.
That's not banter though. That's hate. That's
Okay.
darkness. That's not even banter.
You said something about mentally violent banter.
Yeah, but I meant like so over the top violent that it's not like not serious, but it's just like
See,
hyperbolic.
I feel like it's the difference in the relationship. Like if you guys are secure with one another, if she's like, "Oh man, fuck you. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this other dude up," and then you're like, "All right, go for it. I heard he has herpes."
Yeah, I think that we've stepped into a different pool of comments.
I think you're playing with fucking fire if you allow disrespect from your girl or woman. You're
Yeah.
playing with fucking fire.
It just depends on like what exactly is said because like I feel like that's the difference. Like if she's like, "Man, you got the jelly instead of the jam," man, what kind of dumbass are you?
I threw it on the ground.
Yeah, no, see,
I'll
like,
be like, "Bitch, no jelly, no jam."
yeah, exactly. Like that's playful.
How
banter.
about that?
Yeah,
True. You're gonna have peanut butter, and it's gonna be crunchy and the dollar kind.
oh, you bitch.
I hear you.
Yeah, see, no, there's a difference. I feel like there's a certain level of like disrespect that is okay to give between point A to point B. You can go ahead and give a little bit.
Yeah. If allowing disrespect was fine for in a relationship between a man and a woman, then cucks would stay married, but they never do.
Yeah, because
They
the women
never
leave.
fucking do.
Yeah, the women leave them.
Why?
Surely the
Because
divorce
they've
rate
been-
on cuck relationships is 100%.
Why do the women leave the men?
Because they're getting piped by
If
a whole bunch of other
man's
dudes.
wife was like, "You can go sleep around," you think the man's leaving the wife? Do you think he's leaving the wife?
No, because like there is a terrible trajectory of like between being a cuck and then being the one that's cucking.
And so if the woman can go sleep around and have that, sexual liberty, why then would she still leave her husband? Why would she do it?
Because she's getting piped down.
Because respect is more important.
I don't think that's what it is. I think it's that there's a whole.
Bullshit, that's what it is. The respect dynamic is more important in that regard.
No. See, what it is like she's getting piped down by 12 inches with 12 figures by somebody with 6 figures.
Yeah, but like no,
No,
she's gonna look at that man.
That's true.
She's gonna look at him and say, "You know what? I'm not even his. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He's not even claiming any ownership
Yeah.
over me. I'm free use." And it's like, dude, she's not gonna vibe with you after that. She knows what
Yeah.
kind of man you are.
Exactly.
You're not willing to fight for what you have.
No,
That's
it's not
why
even the
never
fight.
have sex for pleasure. Have sex to own. I've said this
Exactly.
time and time again. The dick is a rod of ownership. It is not a rod of pleasure.
Yeah,
That's simple as that.
yeah. But here's the thing that I need to go ahead and tell you that my uncle told me, and this is the truest thing that I've ever been told in my entire life. Pussy is always on layaway. Okay? That is the truest thing that I've ever been told in my entire life, because at any point that you displease them, they will keep that in the lockbox. And then the second that if you started doing the cuckold thing, guess what happens? The receipt comes out.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, wait. But you have to break down what all this is to me. Okay,
Okay.
what's Because I'm kind of old. I don't know. I don't know what layaway is. What's the receipt when the pussy come out? Like,
Okay.
break this down.
okay. Let's say that you have a fight with your girl, right?
Okay.
All right. All right. Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So, anything that you've done up to that moment, she is now into an intimate moment with another man while you are having to watch.
Okay.
You are now subject to her whim. Now, depending on the woman, and I don't say all women because there are some ones that just want to get their freak on and then get on. However, there are certain spiteful ones that will turn that into ammunition. They will load that revolver with those 6 things. He put the fucking blanket in the washer and didn't wash it. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. He treated me like crap. And then it's basically a game of Russian roulette. Now, how many chambers are inside of a regular pistol?
6.
Yeah. How many times have you fucked up in your relationship with your girl?
6 would be an odd coincidence. I don't know. More than 6.
You've never done anything that she's not been super blessed with?
I'm sure more than 6.
Yeah, he just.
That's
Yeah,
what
wait, hold on. We're agreeing with you.
Yeah, so you're playing with a loaded gun. Now she's getting piped down by a 12-inch motherfucker with more money than you.
Wait. We got. Where did the GPS take us?
Yeah, also-
to get to point
I'm
B
confused.
from point A.
Also, there's
Okay.
not like finding a 12-inch out in the wild. I mean, it's not a common sight. It's not a common ordeal.
There are only a few guys out there that are like OG Mudbone.
Now, if you say
okay?
like maybe an 8 or 9-inch, okay, you can maybe
Again,
run into one of those.
they only have to come in for just one night, treat them good, and then all of a sudden, you're the bad guy. Why don't you want me talking with Jeffrey? Because he fucked you
you're
right
only the
in front
bad
of
guy
me.
if you let him convince you that you're the bad guy.
Well, the relationship, you got to end the relationship there. You got to cut it.
Oh,
there.
It's
Yeah,
over.
because
It's
it's so
dead
easy.
anyway.
It's so easy. It's so
It is for me. Thank God it is for me.
Yeah,
Because I'm very shallow. So
yeah.
if
see,
my girl gets piped, I have to let her go. Even if I love her, I gotta let her go.
She's somebody else's at that point.
Immediately. It's
Yeah,
not
I'm
even
not saying
there's
she's
no-
somebody else's.
She's
I
she's
just
the
have to do
streets.
it.
She's for the streets.
Yeah, no, dude. See, it's not even about that. What it is that they get this fresh slate to go ahead and come into. They have this big dong. They fuck her. You have to watch. They get to watch the person.
Why do you have to?
Listen,
Bro,
listen.
sitting there
Let
like
me-
he's in his like his cozy corner of the house.
Have you
He's
lived this
reading. He
experience?
looks
No.
up.
No, no,
Guy
no.
walks in, hits you with a "Hey, bro, what's up?" And you're just like, "Oh, well, I'm obligated to walk into the bedroom now
Oh,
and
yeah,
take some notes."
Stacy is
Well,
in the
she
back.
requested it.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly. My point being is that whenever you do cuckolding, which I believe to be a terrible fucking process, I believe that it should never be done.
Okay, then I understand.
Yeah, because they get to walk in, they get to dick her down. She has a positive experience. She, not you. You don't have to enjoy it.
Whoa, okay, all right. Listen, I hate saying this, but it's
Bro,
unfortunately it's true.
motherfucker, you
It's
fucking-
unfortunately a true statement. There are dudes that want that.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say there are dudes that I would actually be interested in seeing
No,
perform on my
absolutely-
woman.
No, not like I would never get at that. I'm saying that there are some guys, who are so desensitized and have such porn brain that they kind of just want that to happen.
No, it's because their
some,
dicks
some
don't
of them are
work.
lazy.
Yeah.
Some of them have just been brainwashed into thinking that's what they want.
Yeah,
I mean,
those guys are out there.
they're
But why do they have to lose their wives? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, because again, that guy comes in, he goes, "Baby, you so pretty."
But then why
Ah.
wouldn't that same woman then go, well, if I found this guy so quickly and he's rich and has 12 inches, why don't I just go find another one and just keep on having more and more fun?
Because when women find a man, they lock in.
So it's different. Like I said originally, it's a different dynamic. It's a different respect.
No.
They lock in for what? Because they respect the motherfucker.
It's not even a respect thing. It's that's what I want. Gimme.
Okay,
This is
so
like a
it's all
kid-
gimme.
Yeah, dude, it's like a kid
Gimme,
running
gimme,
through.
no take.
Yeah, dude, exactly. It's
Mhm.
like a kid running loose on like Toys R Us or some shit like that. Dude, give me that Legos.
Hoes
Give me-
are us.
Yeah, exactly.
I
And
hear
it's
you.
not all
I hear you.
women. It's not all women. There are certain
Not all
specialities.
women are not. Well, women. It's not just women that are hoes.
Yeah, no, dude, there are guys like that, but guys don't do it from the heart. Like girls, whenever they like cheat on a dude, it's emotional. Whenever a guy cheats, it's physical.
I think it can be physical with girls too.
It could
though.
go either way.
Yeah.
But it is generally one or the other. Generally one or the other.
Yeah, it's either physical or emotional.
Well, I meant like one side is generally physical, one side's generally emotional.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be both most of the time.
Nah, not really, because like I can't tell you how
It's
many
got-
girls I've heard be like, "Wow, that's not necessarily too big, but like a little big."
That's you've heard girls say that.
Yeah, and a couple of guys.
I just want to know what does this have to do with World Cup?
Yeah,
and,
but wait,
and also,
Before
let's
we
get
move
back
on,
to the
I'll talk-
topic.
Before we move on,
Okay.
I just got one question I still need answered. What is the receipt being pulled out? There's layaway. Okay, we'll say I'm gonna give up on what layaway was, but what's the receipt?
Oh, you're referring to earlier.
Yeah.
It's what you get after you purchase the. You go into the coochie clearance aisle and you
Because
take
you
your
got to show
selection.
the receipts. Or
Yes,
something.
it's gonna be everything that you. Okay, so
The bullets
All
are
right.
the receipts. I think that was the.
gather around Uncle Furman.
No, there's no way this is a whole story for receipts.
No, not a whole story. Just
Okay.
just an
Why are we
explanation.
gathering? Why go through the trouble of gathering round?
okay.
I can tell you what layaway is. Like I know what it is, like in actuality, but I don't know what it means for this woman
For,
thing.
for pussy.
I
Yeah,
think
I don't know
it's.
what it means.
I think it's.
Layaway for pussy basically means, hey,
I'm holding this for you,
no,
but
I'm
I
going to
might
give
sell
you
to a different customer.
no. More of, I'm going to take you on dates. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to do that for you. It's paying up till the point where you get pussy.
Okay.
Now,
Ah,
the
You've
reverse.
layawayed it.
I
Yeah.
see.
Now,
I see what you're
and that's not true for all men. By the way, baby girl, if you're watching, I love you. But there is a certain amount that you can get away with if you put that money away. Like you spend the time, you do the gestures, you do the good things, you're a good boyfriend, you listen, you don't try and solve, which by the way, fun fact, kids, do not try and solve your girl's problems. Just listen to them. If they want an answer, they'll ask you for an answer. That's a Furman fun fact. Now,
It's a firm and fucked fact. Actually, that was actually really retarded that you just said that. I don't agree with you at all. Actually, you should try to solve every single one of your girlfriend's problems except one, and that's yourself. You should be the only problem.
See, he's getting it. He's getting the light.
I'm
He's
with you.
found
Better yet, let me
revelation.
expound on that. When she has problems and she doesn't want solutions, you continue giving solutions until you become the problem.
Ooh.
Exactly. That's beautiful. And here's the thing: at the end of the day, if her biggest problem in life is you, she's got it made. If that's her biggest issue, she's got it made.
Exactly.
I'm losing IQ points while hanging out with you fuckers.
No, you're not. You're learning the light.
Bro,
you're
you're
learning
No.
the light.
No, because I'll tell you right now, when chicks go ahead and tell you their problems, they do not want to hear the solution.
If
They
it's the
want
third time I've heard the problem, it's time to fix. I'm tired of hearing
Well,
that problem.
Beauty and the Beast, right? Belle had a lot of problems before she met the Beast.
Did she?
Yeah, she was smarter.
What
than
problem
needed
did she
to be.
have?
Fucking Gaston, the town was having issues.
No, there is no issues.
She didn't have enough books.
Yeah.
Man.
She was not a plagued with problems.
I wasn't saying she's plagued, but she had other problems.
Okay,
She
sure.
had other problems.
A normal amount, maybe.
But as soon as she met the Beast, one problem.
Yeah, you.
Now that's peace.
Mhm.
That's the peace a man brings.
Mhm.
No,
because eventually the man is willing to let the problem be solved.
Exactly.
And if you're in control of the problem getting solved,
Then there
it's
aren't
on your own
any
time.
problem.
Exactly. There's
St.
it's
John,
just
please hand me
just the like the hypothetical. That's really all it's
The man is meant to be the alchemist of problems.
Mm-hmm.
He absorbs them, he becomes them, he is the problem, and then he solves.
St. John, please hand me the glue that these guys have been sniffing.
Are you saying that you don't want to solve your girl? Your
No.
point is that you want
No.
to just listen.
Dude.
What does that do? A rock could sit there and give her that attention.
Oh
A
damn!
fence post could give her that attention.
Go ahead, Furman, on the
You would
mic.
get more out of talking to like one of those little dolls that records your voice and spits it back at you. That would be more helpful. I mean, that would be more of an interaction than what you're talking about.
Well, given the fact that I've had a relationship longer than you've been alive.
That doesn't mean okay.
Stop. Adults
That's
are
also
talking.
factually untrue, but go ahead.
But let's not
Furman.
get disrespectful, Furman. Not on the podcast. That can't happen here.
Oh yeah,
It can't happen here.
Oh, it can.
Doesn't have to.
Well, I'm gonna solve your problem.
He's finna solve.
All right, let's see
I'm gonna
it.
let him solve. If a man says he's gonna solve, I'm gonna let
Let's hear it.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Furman, solve.
So hear me. Look, when women come to you with their problems, they're not actually looking for solutions. They're looking to somebody to vent to. So your best course of action, because no matter what you say, no matter what you do, they've already got a plan inside their head. It could be the most logical, well thought out idea that you have ever had in your life. You could literally be looking at her, go A, B, C, and she will look at you like you're a fucking monster, even though you've listened to every one of her arguments, ran every simulation, every fucking scenario. The point being is that they don't actually want a solution. What they want is for you to listen to them. That's it.
So I just analyzed every single word that exited your mouth, and I've come to one very strong conclusion, and that's that you're wrong. Okay, and
Okay.
here's why. Okay,
Okay.
so you could do that, and that would be the easy option. That's the easy route, actually, to do nothing and just listen to what they have to say. Be a part of the negative feedback loop that convinces them that their problem is actually worth this much stress and anxiety. Or you don't do that, you stand your ground and you take care of business. Absolutely no reason why you should sit here and obviously you can like listen to the first run of the problem. If she has a problem and she tells you about the problem, you're going to listen right then and there. You're going to listen and then you're going to care enough to come up with a solution for this problem. And once you solve this problem, if she's not happy that the problem is solved, she's got issues. She's got real problems. She's not happy with fixed issues. Maybe they have a plan to fix it already. But if you say, oh, I think you should do this, and they were already thinking that, great. Good stuff. That was quick. If they can't think of something, you give them the solution. There you go. Now she can be happy and we can move on. If that doesn't satisfy her, you're with the wrong girl. And if someone says, oh, you haven't been alive long enough to know that would never work. Most women are the same. Shit, be single then, because that sounds like a better situation to be in than to constantly listen to problems that you could have solved the first time you heard them.
We need to get him a helmet.
Snappy tomatoes, Yitza.
We need to get him a helmet.
Bro, what? Bro.
Dude, are you humping doorknobs like when I'm not here?
No, bro.
Dude,
I don't hump knobs. I'm not. You and me aren't the same in
The
that regard.
knob.
No, I'm just saying.
I
dude,
do have a Toy Story tissue box that I emptied of all the tissues and filled with KY jelly, but it's not as important.
What are you masturbating to then?
fucking
I thought you were off the porn, bro. What's hitting you?
Bro,
Woody
What's
and
hitting your
Buzz.
shaft these days?
the mindscape.
Is this pure mental?
Yeah,
I'm with it, man. Pure mental's the way to go.
It really is.
Wrong fucking.
So
topic.
listen, I feel like we're getting a little off topic here. Let's talk about the World Cup. I'm actually interested to discuss.
The hell's
this.
a World Cup?
I had
Fuck the World Cup.
I had a
We
quick
will
thing
talk
real
about
quick
that.
is you asked about the divorce rates on cuckold relationships.
Oh yeah.
The only problem is nobody who's in a cuckold relationship wants to talk about it.
Well, yeah. 'cause it's
So they're not
America.
going to admit to a survey. So out of 450, the divorce rate is 90%.
Yeah, because somebody else is piping your fucking wife
Yeah.
So let's talk about the 10%.
or your fucking husband.
How does a dude who wants that make it work?
You can't.
What? No, well, no, 10%
This will
can't.
sound
No.
really off.
10% of 450 people.
10 like that's like
45 guys, found a way to get what they want and keep the respect. Maybe there's not respect and it's still a marriage, but
I don't even know that I could speak about with the tactics I think would make that work.
I don't know.
Dude.
I can't even fathom.
Dude,
So I don't know.
It's straight.
It seems just such a minefield. I don't even know that we can.
Yeah, like for the chat, sorry that you guys are having to hear this, but like I genuinely believe the other 10% are just getting paid.
Well, also true, but paid, but also you have to factor in there's also a time frame. No one is in a cuckold relationship and instantly divorced. So that 10% could be the ones that the results just aren't in yet.
I see.
You see what I mean?
I see.
Like
Possibly.
they're in the infancy.
But again, it's out of 450 people who admitted that they had a cuckold relationship and they were divorced.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because like no offense, but like between guy and gal, like the whole point of being with a woman is to, you know, enter the gates of heaven.
I bet the cuckold numbers for like women that want that are like so astronomically low.
Yeah.
Oh, are you kidding me? That's basically how my girl is, except for she's just not there.
what?
I do think they're often trying to find a moral high ground out of a relationship. They care more about that than men do. I think exiting the relationship with the moral high ground.
Mm-hmm.
And an easy way to go, I mean, is that. Like, I mean, he told me to fuck other dudes.
Yeah, dude, and I'm not gonna lie, it's like
I had to leave.
Kind of on him at that point.
yeah, I mean, like, what was I gonna do? Just sit around and not fuck a whole bunch of dudes?
He gave me permission explicitly.
Yeah,
He
seriously.
was the head of household. I had to listen. Until he wasn't.
He was like, man, I'm working 3 jobs. Just go fuck Johnny down the street. Come on, man. I
So-
don't want to do this.
Here's something I think is an interesting question. Where do you draw the line amidst jealousy from light bringing to darkness?
Yeah, it's so tough. For me, it's my biggest personal issue. It's so fucking tough because I'm the most jealous type. Well, I wouldn't even call it jealousy, but you know, girls obviously would because any controlling act of a man is jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
But the boundaries are so high with me. Like the way that I think about how it should be is so high. So it's very hard for me to draw what the proper line is. It's very hard for me to draw it.
I've only ever seen like one aspect of this trait from you, and I think it's a good boundary. I don't know how if girls would see it as a controlling thing.
Yeah.
I think it's good, but whenever I had first started hanging out here, if your wife's brothers weren't around, no other dudes were in the house.
That's true.
That's the way it went.
Yeah.
And like instantly, I was like, oh, I mess with that. That's respect. I can respect that, and that's how it's been the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, and I think there's nothing wrong with that at all.
I think more men should think this way and we should support each other and think like this together. But it's villainized by the public. It's villainized by, the matriarchy. It is.
I'm not
You
I'm
go
not
to the-
laughing like at the concept of
Yeah.
nature because
You go on TikTok and there'll be a girl talking about these are the things that I listen to my man on. And it'll be like a list. And they will be very balanced, moderate things. Like, no hanging out with other guys alone. Go to the comments. Women are like, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me, sis. Like,
sounds like you got an abuser on your hands.
exactly. I'm like, the hell? What?
Yeah, see, that's why I like Roma Flowers. Like, dude, she is a Mennonite. No, she's like no, it's a Mennonist. Like, she looks after dudes. She like calls out.
Meningitis?
Yeah, dude, she calls out like all these bitches
Well,
that are
girls have
like.
a name for that type of woman. Pick-me's.
True.
The moment a woman starts supporting the male cause, pick me, bitch. Like, what
Yeah.
a fucking slimy pick
True.
me, bitch.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, and that's only because like those girls, they actually bring up good points. Like, why can't men and women be friends? Like,
See,
dude,
they
that's kind
can't.
of where I'm at. But like, why
They
can't like you can't,
Yeah, I agree.
they
bro.
can.
they can be friends and not hang out alone unless that was just the way it was before you came
Yeah.
around, and you can
But-
kind of gauge it from there.
But then at that point, you're just in a friend group.
Yeah.
It's
I've
not men
said
and women being friends
if it's-
specifically with each other.
Right. If it's based on something else. If the friendship itself isn't the focal point, if you guys work together, you're coworkers, and you establish a relationship and it's friendly, I think that's okay. If you're a part of a social group and you guys get along, but when it's an isolated friendship, I genuinely don't know that it can, unless it's so different. Like if I'm talking to a 60-year-old woman privately, I'm probably, I can actually be friends with her.
Because you're not going to stick your dick in her. Dude.
At least not usually, no.
Yeah, not usually. But
Oh, well, I
when
got a
there's-
story for you kids later.
when there's a clear, obvious split, I think, yeah, they can be friends in that regard too. But when it's, peer to peer, isolated,
Yeah.
you're texting each other at night and you're in a relationship, no, it's something's gonna go wrong.
There's got to be boundaries.
See,
For sure.
that's where, like, I feel like those one particular relationships that you have in your life, like, I've got friends that are female that I have no intention that I will ever stick my penis in.
Again, right?
No, not again. Ever.
Okay.
Like, I straight up cross them off my list. And don't get me wrong, I'm still... Yes,
please.
I know, right?
I'm crossed off, right?
They're just...
on your list before.
No,
Yeah.
no, they
What-
automatic vetoed.
Just
The second,
real quick,
the second.
what does it take to get crossed off the Furman list?
One, you are a friend of the family. You're
Okay.
done. You're cooked. You're cooked. You're gone out of the fucking will. Two,
Have the will.
The fuck will.
All right, you're right,
exactly.
Okay.
Like, if I wanted to go ahead and bang you, I know I could. If I put in the effort, I could go ahead and do it. But gross. It just feels...
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I could be like Khal Drogo out of fucking Game of Thrones, but like, dude, just it gives me the ick.
Okay. So no fam.
No family, no family friends,
Yeah.
and also anybody that's connected to my girlfriend automatically off the table. Good.
You're good, bro.
Let's just readjust that for a second.
Wow.
Yep. Nope. Sorry. We have a new tablecloth. We're working with some technical productions.
I'll get it.
Honestly, I think in this
I gave it a
regard,
little light. Look at that.
There we go.
I definitely
Holy
have like
shit.
a couple. Oh wait, we're still talking about. Hold on, we're still
Are
talking
you in a
about.
relationship? Now you're talking about a couple? What about the ones that are?
Wait,
aren't on
hold
the
on.
list?
Whoa. I was going somewhere completely different. Okay, I just realized that Furman was still talking about his list, so I was trying to like let him finish his
Let's-
point.
Let's roll.
All right.
What else is on your? How else do you get? Is that it?
Oh,
Is that
no,
all-
no. Two more things that gets you off the automatic fuck list. One, age. Honestly, I don't
Age.
care.
Okay.
Look, if you're 18, you're off my list.
Okay. Playing
Everything.
it safe, I suppose.
Everything under 18, though.
No.
That's fine.
Everything above.
Furman has never liked the younger women. I never understood that, but I can attest to it. He's never been with it.
Yeah, dude. When I was 16, I fucked a fucking 40-year-old, dude.
One thing about my dad, I've often called Furman very similar to my dad. Furman's actually like a dad-like figure to me, to be honest. I've said it many times. He's just like him. And my dad fucked all the time.
Mm,
A respectable man.
what a
Yeah.
father figure.
And, he never liked the younger women either.
Yeah, that's because.
That's always good to know.
Yeah, dude.
Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, because we've got me and your dad. I feel like we have that 5 to 7 year window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're not like, no offense, but if you come out to me, you're 18, you've got double D's, you're out here, you're like, I love fucking dick with 2 pigtails. I'm gonna be like,
You're sending them away.
yeah, go on,
Man.
go on. Now you bring
Now
me
that's a disciplined man. That's the discipline of Furman.
exactly.
Hell yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had my moments of weakness. but
That's happened to him many times. He's been put in that situation.
3
Fuck
times.
out of here, bro.
No, it's happened 3 times.
Boston.
How do you do it? No, I gotta pause. Because hearing this, assuming it's true, how do you end up in that situation 3 times?
Because when you're at a bar, you're having a good time, you're just living your life, you're having the greatest time of your life, and you're at a certain age which I'm not going to disclose for the camera for legal reasons. Dude, I'm not going to lie. There's a certain part of you that goes, when it's like a 21-year-old and you're like 25, you're like, yeah, you can totally suck my dick on the toilet while other people do coke and shit. That's cool. Whatever. But like when they're like 18, it's like, oh, you just graduated high school, sweetheart. Go host somewhere else.
Damn.
Counting on you now. Correct.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, this is an episode, if you can't tell so far, it's all about healthy relationships.
Yes.
Because one of the biggest issues the modern person faces is how do we get a balanced, healthy relationship? And up till now, we're really, we're educating.
Yeah.
This is educational.
Yeah, which I believe it's solidly in the 5 to 7 year rule. If they are not within that range, do not fuck with them. And after I turned 30, which by the way, deep lower cut, guys.
Now, we're not going to reveal ages for legal reasons, but we do know 30 is somewhere, he's
In the
either
range.
below it or above it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Dude, for the life of me, I cannot hit somebody off that's fresh out the boat.
Hit somebody off? What?
Yeah, dude, tapping that slap.
That's when you're born in Furman's era, that's what they used to call it.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude, if you're hitting a clam
Hey there,
sandwich,
broad. Come over here and let me hit you off.
I do say, let me go ahead and spread that clam sandwich. Put a little sour cream on it.
He always makes it so nasty.
The clam sandwich thing is just so gross.
One of my favorite moments of being a laborer, when I was young and I worked at Kroger and I was bagging groceries, we had a gay clerk and we'd all have to go on the route. Yeah, we'd have a routine bathroom cleaning.
Yeah.
Everybody was subject to it.
Yeah, it was close to the clam sandwiches.
And the gay man, anytime he had to clean the woman's bathroom, he'd call it clam hour. He's like, I'm about to go do clam hour.
That lets you know something. You
Yeah.
know, guys' bathrooms, you might find some like bits and pieces of toilet paper on the ground.
Yeah.
Trash can might have a little bit hanging off of it.
Turd
Maybe
smeared
even
on
some
the
pee
wall.
on the seat. But let me tell you something. There's no clam smell at all.
True.
I mean, the worst you might find is a dude who's having a bad gut day.
Oh.
But other than that, I mean, like that's honestly in comparison to
Well,
other
there's
things.
a caveat. The male bathroom is more subject to the prank, the random prank or the monstrosity. So I
True.
did once encounter a toilet. Somebody took a shit and used toilet paper to like wax on, wax off the entire thing. So it's like you can see the circular. Like he literally waxed on, waxed off the entire toilet.
Like there was
toiletry.
poop on the thing and he was waxing on. And
Yeah,
off
like
with
the
it.
whole thing, like the reserve, the lid, the bottom, like they covered the whole toilet. And that was at Kroger.
Yeah. Oh, dude, fuck that.
And see, you won't find that in a woman's bathroom.
No, you will not.
Oh, dude,
They aren't as dedicated.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I used to work at this antique store out in Mississippi. Dude, there was like this 8-year, like not even 8, she was like 7 or 6 little girl that was the owners.
Where is this going?
Wait a minute, let me
I'm
finish.
getting worried, bro.
Any
18, no, but
yeah, no, she was like 8 years old.
Seven.
Or something like that. And she literally shit her drawers so hard she threw them against the wall. Slammed that
because of the
motherfucker.
propulsion.
Dude, she again, she's like yay tall
Yeah,
for the camera. And dude, she like launched her panties at the wall. The owner came up to me and told me, "You need to clean this." I said, "No. Goodbye. Bye. Out."
And
Deuces.
so the antique store chronicles came to a
Yeah.
Yeah.
halt.
Yeah, I kept it short and sweet. There's a lot more to it, but yeah, no, fuck
So
that.
guys, we got a lot to cover in a short amount of time to do it. We'll get back to the World Cup for
Lo-
those who are tuned in for that reason. But before that, I'd like to talk about something that I'm having issues with.
oh,
It's kind of an issue, and it's kind of something I'm predicting. And I've talked about it before, but I don't know if it's my age. Probably a little bit, but I'm increasingly finding it hard to keep up. To keep up with what? Right? What am I struggling to keep up with? I'm somebody who's always had a mind. I call it pulse. Pulse is when you can look at an ecosystem of events or things or people and predict outcomes. You can predict the relationships, the pulse within it, the momentum within it. That's kind of my thing. I look at things and I predict outcomes. Like when Trump first ran for presidency, I knew he'd win right away. And I told everybody, and everybody thought I was joking and they thought I was full of shit. And I'm like, no, Trump's going to win the first time. And predicting things is kind of my strong suit. As time moves on, as things get faster and faster, it's becoming increasingly hard for me to keep up, increasingly hard for me to know what's going to happen next. And I've never been in that position in my life. Like, literally, this is probably the first year of my life if somebody were to go, what do you think is going to happen in the next few years with the economy, with politics, with a fucking reality TV show? I wouldn't have an answer. Like, I don't really have it anymore. And it ties back to me thinking speed is going to be the primary enemy of our generation, of our time. And what does that look like? Like, why do I say speed? Because things are happening too fast to predict them anymore or to have a good sense of where we're going. And we brought up, I don't think we brought this up, but you know memes when they first came out? We had Bad Luck Brian.
Oh my god.
And give me a few others. Bad Luck Brian.
Pepe.
Good Luck Charlie.
There was a baby on the
with
beach.
the fist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those were, the whole meme format went through those few pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a consensus was formed. And then it turned into text captions over pictures. And now there's no unified memes anymore, really.
Nope.
And it changes, but it gets shallower and shallower, and things are just speeding along. And it got me thinking about the morality of the age. Because when you think about evolution, what evolves is what works, right? What evolves is what works. Like, sharks are the apex predator in the ocean because they had the best tools. They developed the best tools over time. Humans are the
Sharks of the land.
the alpha, of the world because we developed the best tools over time. But what if speed itself is the real law of the land? Not even morality. Now, I'm not saying I agree with this, but it seems to be becoming increasingly pressing. Why is this age so immoral?
Oh, that's easy. The information that we're being able to be spoon-fed in a heartbeat's notice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's because the speed of which things are taking place. That's my take on it.
Yeah. I mean,
And with social media, we got introduced into a hyper-competitive environment. When you think about the local communities of the past, when you competed, it was with peers. It was with people you knew, and it was localized. With social media and the algorithms and the way that everybody's comparing themselves to people on it, you're basically being put in an arena with somebody who you don't even know. Like, you're actually being put in an arena of sorts, a status arena. It's a status game.
hey, you just got a new house? Well, I just went to Malibu
Yeah.
and spent like $700,000. Look at my new tip.
Yeah. And so the competition is higher, the speed is higher, the expectations are higher, and the events that are unfolding in the world are happening at increasingly expeditious rates. And I can't help but wonder, is it because the utility of morality has lost its edge?
Oh, definitely. Dude, morality went out the window about 2001 and then again 2011 whenever Harambe got.
Yeah.
Dude, we're all about the sensationalism. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Nobody ever posts on Facebook,
Yeah.
hey, I'm depressed, I'm sad, I lost my job, I don't have this, I don't have that. And when you do see it, the first reaction that you give, I promise everybody that's inside the chat, which thanks a lot, chat. Your first reaction isn't, oh man, that's so terrible for this guy. It's like, God damn it, they're gonna ask for money.
Yeah. Well, I'll finish. I'll try and finish the point, and then I'll get your thoughts and expound on it more. I guess to finish the point, it was because things are moving at this rate. So back when morality, let's say, was a bigger law of the land, like we've never been a fully moral people.
No.
The purpose it served made more sense. So think about when the Industrial Revolution first started and the nuclear family, even the term the nuclear family came to be. It was arguably the best tool for the time. Boomers, people before the boomers, going out, having kids, they go into the factories, they build America. We build America with this system of the nuclear family. And the nuance of perspective, the nuance of the individual made more sense at the time because tech hadn't hit a level that, you know, it is today. The mono perspective or the monoculture, which I think it's dying, but I actually think it's actually evolving into something different. But basically that was needed. Advancement needed those hands. It needed those families. It needed those people. I think there's a real belief now that that's far less needed. All that's needed is the work done for the cheapest price, the information for the cheapest price. Like everything is just speeding up to what's the most efficient way to do everything. And when you look at some of the thoughts people have with where AI is going to take us, and I'm not saying it will, but a lot of people with money think it's going to take us very far. And you begin to hear the way people talk about humans as more of a commodity than anything else. Like we're literally more comfortable talking about people as commodities than we've ever been. And it's genuinely, it just goes back to speed, speed, speed. We need it faster. We need it quicker. We need it built quicker. We need it done quicker. And it's all to serve a singular, like this one mono pursuit.
You think that we're more comfortable talking about people like they're a commodity than when we were actually selling people?
Well, that's the thing. Diversification. Back in the day, one type of person or type of people we could talk about that way. But when the free market completely opened up, I mean, to a degree, we all sort of became the commodity. I mean, the average American worker is not well off. They don't have a lot of rights or a lot of power in any regard.
Yeah, we're paycheck
They're
to
fighting
paycheck.
to survive.
Yeah, we're paycheck to paycheck.
And so with that, I'm just like, what's gonna happen?
Well, what's going to happen is the same thing that had happened before. We're going to eat the rich.
We're gonna eat the rich. You really
Exactly.
think so?
There will not be another option.
I-
When money becomes not an option, we will take what is ours. We did it with the British because we had that fucking gangle tooth goddamn dude. What's his name? Jeremy Washburn? No.
We talked about
Jeremy-
the Revolutionary War.
I think so. But I believe his name was like Jeremy Washing Machine. Had the donkey teeth in his face and all that.
George Washington.
Yes, that's what it was.
Oh my god!
Anyway, so Jeremy decided to go ahead and cross the Delaware during the middle of December and decided to fuck shit up because, again, he wanted to eat the rich. He was like, "You're going to tax our tea? Fuck you. Hey, you're going to go ahead and tirade on me? Okay, that's fine. That's cool. That's all right. No, fuck you. That is
Yeah.
the American way.
So Furman, you're saying we're just gonna go back to eating the rich.
Bingo.
Rick, what's your perspective?
So here's where I'm at. Okay, I've taken in what you've said,
I
Matt.
feel like Furman's wasn't really on the topic of what I was.
That's what I was
referring
thinking.
It
to.
was a little bit out there talking about George Washington eating the rich. I don't think he was ever on team eat the rich. I think that was it was a little deeper than that.
No.
He was on team freedom. And that doesn't necessarily mean eat the rich.
Yeah, it does.
So
Not
okay,
necessarily.
I don't think so, but I'll
We'll
move on
circle
from
back.
that. Yeah. So here are a couple of things that I think. Number one, I think that the rate that we are going in terms of how fast more and more are becoming immoral, I think it is intentional. I think the speed is intentional, and not just because we want to be efficient. ideological subversion over a country, it's a 4-step process. And the first step takes generations.
Mm-hmm.
You have to demoralize the country.
Mm-hmm.
That's step one. The kind of people that don't believe in anything aren't all, they cannot all stand together,
Mm-hmm.
and they are going to become easy targets to, force your power upon them. And you said something about like, the Revolutionary War, France, the Revolution of France. The difference between now and then is that they could revolt. They had the ability to revolt.
Mm-hmm.
If everything is so efficient, it's not like you can't just walk into Walmart and steal anymore. They have cameras that go across the street a quarter of a mile.
Every American roadway, slowly but surely, will be surveilled due to flock cameras.
The flock
The
cameras, I was gonna
ability
say.
to revolt the next time that they try to impose power upon
It'll
us,
be harder than it's ever been, and it will
Absolutely.
not be close.
Nope.
and it's working.
Yeah.
It's work, and it's just in a mass quantities, people are just okay with this.
Mhm.
And I mean, honestly, that's the way it was going to go down anyways. I feel like anybody you can't necessarily predict how or when, but you can definitely see that that's what it's leading up to. History repeats, and what we had going to build to advance. The
Yeah.
issue is that we didn't stop. We're not content. We need more. We need more. We need more. And no matter how, we can't reach a perfection. And we've gotten to a point where we're pretty, like, we've invented some things that have made life extremely comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of commodities. The number one commodity I would argue is data and information, because I mean, like, there's so many things I can do now just by looking at a couple of things on my phone that people would have had to study,
Mm-hmm.
had to find the books, had to find the people to teach them. You don't even need that anymore. You have that at your fingertips. So I think that's the biggest commodity that we have. And the moment that gets taken away from the generation that is coming up, they're going to know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to know absolutely nothing except what they're born into. And I think that's a part of the goal also.
Yeah, and I felt like, capitalism worked as long as it's worked because the bottom level consumer was really vital. They were foundational to the growth. And as they become less foundational, and there's no question they have, with automation comes less of a need for the end consumer, because if you can make things work and produce without people, and you have money and utility and leverage, you're going to find a way to pull that off. You're going to find a way to pull that off.
Mm-hmm.
And so the end person becomes less and less essential. And if you're already somebody with all the leverage and all the power, what's it to you? What does it matter if the bottom level consumer dies out? Now, you could go, that could destroy the economy. It could cause all this, but resets always happen. And, if the economy resets and it's just nothing but AI, oligarchs. I'm not saying AI, chatbots, but like people who control these systems running the show, then there's no need to then re-empower the bottom level consumer. There's no need to reinvigorate the average person. They've become a waste of a utility, basically. What tipped me off to this recently was, if you guys know, I'm pretty big into trading stocks and crypto, and I've been at it for 2 to 3 years. Actually, probably more like 4 or 5. I'm quite good at it. But I've taken a year off after the last crypto bull run because, naturally, the bear market comes. I'm not a day trader. I don't really believe it's too technical for me. It's too advanced. I just trade narratives. And so I took a year off, and I recently got back in it. And I kind of feel like I'm back home because, like, I'm religious about looking at these charts and the news. So I'm kind of like, I've been reintroduced to the world in a way. I've taken a year off. I haven't really paid attention to anything. And to that point, why the fuck would I? If it's not making me any money, why would I pay attention to it? So I literally have not paid attention to shit for like a year. But as of the last month, I've been like glued to it. And what I'm seeing is this incredible push for the 24/7 markets. And so stock markets have always been Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. Eastern to 5 5 p.m. And they open and close, and there's after hours, a little bit of after hours trading. But there's this push to make every market tradable at all times. So 24/7 market trading. Meaning if Tesla stock was down on the day, maybe it's 3 a.m. and you're sleeping and it's up, right? And there's the amount of damage 24/7 markets is going to do to the human experience people don't know how bad it's going to be, how much it's going to do. Because these are tools created to disarm the average person. Trading tools, stock tools, calls, options, puts. These institutions facilitate these opportunities so that the average person loses their money to the bigger entity. Because most people don't know how to do this shit and they lose their money and they just, they get fucked. The 24/7 market is truly a disastrous invention. And if they really, and they're doing it now, stocks are going to become 24/7, just like crypto. And the way that the prediction marketplaces are opening up. So recently, a company called Pump Fund, which is a byproduct of Solana, started a crypto bounty program, where you can basically offer up money globally for people to do random shit.
I've heard about this.
And, one of those markets had somebody put up like a few $1,000s for some Indian man to tattoo something on his forehead. Well, I guess an Indian man ended up taking it, and he did it. And he ended up tattooing the wrong thing by like one letter. Did you? Yeah.
I didn't see that, but I saw
They didn't want to pay him out.
Yeah, I saw the markets where it's like people can submit to these things you're talking about. Where
Yeah.
there's like these requests and people can
Yeah.
submit to them. And there's a bunch of people trying to submit to them. And then there's the question of who gets the money,
Yeah.
because there's like 5 submissions of
Yeah.
people tattooing something on themselves.
Yeah.
And they've all proved they've done it, but it's
Yeah.
like who gets it?
I feel like
that's what
that should
saw.
just be that could be fixed by whoever confirms that they're going to do
right,
it.
but the
There's
website
like
itself hasn't made those things certain.
Yeah.
oh well, then
from the
that
start.
makes sense why it'd be a problem now.
Yeah.
Then, but
Here-
that could be solved.
Here's where I see this headed with stocks and crypto, with prediction markets, with the gig economy, DoorDash, things like that. This is working itself into an extremely bad situation. And what you're going to have is, because these always start kind of, the internet started like the Wild West, and then it consolidated into a few big things. Facebook, YouTube, Google. Really, what else is on there aside from business websites, right? I know people will say that's crazy, but it really did consolidate. So imagine a world where the market is 24/7, jobs are 24/7, and utility is 24/7. So if you're a business and you need this task done, you put it on a 24/7 market, and then somebody who's competing with literally thousands of other gig workers goes to solve your problem. And now the business, these entities are going to get the cheapest possible solution. Because every form of labor, especially digital labor, is going to become part of the free 24/7 market. So you used to pay somebody 80 grand a year to do a task for you, let's say, to do their job. Well, now you can pay, $1,000 a month just posting gigs online, and people with no fucking money who live in third world shitholes are now competing with Americans for the same tasks. And it's completely open source, and it's completely 24/7. And all of those resources, it's speed. They're just going to pile in. Bigger companies. And this is happening quick. Like, this stuff is fast. So that's my thought. Like, that's what when I say speed, this is what I'm talking about.
Efficiency over effectiveness.
Well, not even that. It's effective.
Oh, well, I mean, more of if you had a doctor that went to school for like 1 year versus one that went over for 12 years, but the 1 year one is got a 90% discount on your dental work, you're going to pick the shittier option. Like, that's just human nature.
OpenClaw, which is an AI software, I think they got rid of this part of it. I'm not sure, but you can look it up. Literally has AI agents contracting work out to humans. So let's say you have an OpenClaw subscription and you tell it to do some work for you, and it gets to a task that it can't complete, and it has a budget. It'll literally draft its own gig and put it out to the public for a human to fix it for them so they can get the product back to you solved. So, like, you tell Grok, hey, I need this thing solved. I need my driveway pressure washed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it puts out a bounty of, $5 to call this pressure washing agency and book an appointment for you. Now, in that scenario, it'd more likely just do it for you. But I'm saying, like, these things are happening. These things are happening. And what happens when this peaks? What happens to a person? Where are we going?
Nowhere. We're at the peak of capitalism at that point.
I mean, I think I have an answer for what happens when it peaks, but my question is it not already at the point where the pendulum's just going to swing the opposite way? Like, is it not true that we've already been experiencing this speed, but we just haven't known it? We only know it now because of social media and some technological advances.
Well, see, I would say that we've known it, but it's been like such a gradual, slow pendulum swing. Like, it's just been like AI. Oh, that's going to be the answer for everything. Oh, well, we can hire AI that'll hire humans, and then it's going to swing back through.
If I may, real quick, my opinion on the AI bubble is that the people who are sincerely funding the AI bubble are people who believe in Roko's basilisk, where they believe eventually there will be an all-knowing, all-encompassing AI, and if they don't serve to create it, that AI will punish them for not serving to create it in the past. And so I genuinely think that's what the majority of the millionaires, billionaires who are doing that are thinking. But the rest of us are just like, as an LLMs are not the be-all, end-all and will pop. And the economic downfall of those LLMs popping will be crazy.
Yeah, so let me, again, I'm probably on a rant here, but to maybe tie this in on the speed versus morality. Okay, the SpaceX IPO is probably the most audacious IPO in human history. Like a $1.75 trillion evaluation on a company with no real profits that then printed another $750 billion in a week's time with a 5% float. Because retail doesn't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
5% float means literally when you go to buy SpaceX stock, you're part of a 5% pool of the stock. 95% of that company is owned by Elon Musk and the insiders, and it's not sellable. So it's extremely hard for the price to actually go down.
Yeah.
It's basically a legal Ponzi, not quite a Ponzi, but they did it as perfectly as they could. And all of that capital that retail is pouring in to this business is going to fund spaceships. It's going to fund, maybe a colony on Mars. Most people who put the money in now are going to lose it. To serve the greater, right? To serve the greater cause. Unknowingly to serve the greater cause. And when you think about consciousness, interestingly enough, you should look up the mission statement of SpaceX, because it mentions something about the light, the light of consciousness. But interestingly enough, that all that sacrifice, all the people who don't have means and power and lost it due to this company, I'm sounding like more of a socialist now, gave it up to a company who is literally trying to put us on other planets. And when I say speed, I mean, what if it's just the biological obligation for an organism to go in accordance with the speed at which its potential allows it?
Oh yes, the bourgeoisie are definitely trying to get rid of the lower class.
Before we had the means to go out and build a colony on Mars, we might not have necessitated the speed. The speed might not have been as necessary.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But the moment it became necessary, all the sacrifices we're making for it to happen are almost biologically imperative. Not necessarily morally, but biologically.
So you mean like as humanity, we're not reaching our full potential until the speed limit reaches its zenith?
Yes.
Oh, look at you with the
That's a
dictionary.
good summary. Yeah, that's a good summary.
Okay.
I'm saying in the same way an ant obviously knows to go out and build the ant hill.
Mm-hmm.
We, with all the free will we have, could still be bound by this undertone of evolutionary speed, which is just, I mean, that's our burden to bear.
Well, I guess my question would be, is our evolutionary zenith, our humanity's peak, is that something like, do you believe that's something morally good, or do you believe that's something technologically, the most technologically advanced?
I don't think it's morally good at all.
Okay.
To be honest.
I think that it is.
You think that it's both?
Okay, I'd like to hear the before you tell me why you think it's not. I'd like to hear you say why it is.
Oh, okay. So over the last 60 years, give or take, we went from having to pack our guns with like black powder and shove a ball inside of it. Now it has made this generation so fucking stupid. However, I do believe that they are better than the people that were sitting there like, yes, if you eat donkey root, that, oh golly gee whiz, you'll feel better, more virile. And also, if you drink the snake oil, then you'll be smarter than the next man. Look, the newest generation might be apathetic because of it. They might think that everything is terrible, and that's because it fucking is. But, I do believe they have a little merit when they're not being completely fucking retarded. Stuff like electric cars. In the 1970s, people would have scoffed and laughed and shit themselves silly. And it was mostly due to consumerism. Like, they just wanted to go ahead and have the easiest out that there was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, electric cars, not the end-all be-all, but like shit like that shows at least a little ingenuity.
No, bro, they literally in like the 1980s. In the 1980s, whenever Back to the Future came out, there was like it said in 2016 they were expecting kids to be on hoverboards, and
Real
flying
hoverboards.
cars, and instead our youth was eating Tide Pods, and that's what we had
Throwing
going on.
ass.
Our
TikTok.
youth? Our youth?
The humanities youth.
We were younger when they were eating.
Let's
Tide
not
Pods.
pretend like
Are you kidding?
some adults weren't also like,
Look,
Tide Pods.
Yeah,
Let's see what's
that's
going
true.
on.
It's blue. It's gotta be good.
If you were to make a moral argument, the one Furman's trying to make, I would say you could make the argument that the waste is meant to die.
Yeah.
And with that, so like when the average person becomes useless, it's morally right for them to then perish. I don't think that's true. However, I think you could make that claim that what is not useful deserves to no longer exist.
Yeah, the guy that's screaming at pigeons inside of the park over at like North End Street or anything like that. Yeah, I don't think that society is really gonna miss him. I believe in full-blown Darwinism. Look, if you can't keep a job, if you can't keep your shit together, go away. Let's make you into food. Let's go ahead and be done with it.
It's different. So like, for here's like a little example. I think let's say that at some point we replace the screws that we would use a Phillips head screwdriver on.
Mm-hmm.
So now we no longer have a need for something that's just everybody's got those that become useless
Mm-hmm.
and they become relics.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that they're not looking for a job. It's just that their job that they were meant to do no longer exists. What they're capable of doing, if they need something done at light speed, they have AI for that. They don't need whatever you may have spent years cultivating a skill that can be replaced by an engine.
So not to cut you off, just want to chime in with that. The information economy particularly is going to get hit the hardest. So much, like if you're a lawyer, for instance, people book appointments with lawyers more than anything just to make documents, prenups, wills, trusts, etc. I've worked with lawyers, and I can tell you, having an AI chatbot generate one for me has literally been better than the product I've paid for. Now, as it stands, that's not legally binding, but there'll come a time where it becomes legally binding, and you're allowed to generate one and use it. And there's so much money in the economy that's in the information economy, medically, with doctors, legally, lawyers, and just other specialty fields. When those people can't leverage that for income anymore, you're right. I mean, then where are they going to make their money? And obviously the act itself, but that's a huge aspect. I'd argue it's even more than doing the job. Like, there's more money pouring into the medical field, not from somebody doing open heart surgery. It's from the visits, it's from the consultation, it's from the nursing, it's for the prescriptions. It's not from the one actual act.
Yeah.
And think about how open people are going to be when it comes to the medical field of, the surgeons that you have that have spent decades, getting good at what they've done, they still make mistakes. And what if it's your loved one that dies on the table? Well, what if we say we have a perfect process that makes sure this doesn't happen?
Yeah.
There's no room for human error.
I mean, they did surgery on a grape, with the robot. So
they're people are going to eat that. They're going to take that as a moral thing. As well, if we can do something that's going to result in less human death, then we should.
Yeah.
But depending on who's controlling that, it could definitely go south.
for sure.
Well, you
obviously.
can look at what these systems are now. You go, what's the use? And this is bleak, but I think it's changing and it's getting bleaker. Okay, you got Elon Musk, you got Jeff Bezos with Blue Origin. What's the best use of the average person? They get money and they spend it. That's the best use. So there was never a bigger growth in wealth in the top 1% than post-COVID. Right after those stimulus checks hit, there's a guy named Bernard Arnault who briefly became the richest man in the world. Bernard Arnault. And he is the owner.
1 second before you go, Bernard.
Yeah. Of multiple luxury companies. Hermes, Louis Vuitton, Hennessy. He owns at least those three and more. How did he become so rich?
I was paying his bills.
Because a lot of people who never had a $2,000 check in their life got it from the government when the stimulus hit and they went and spent it. And so all of the things that the rich people are doing, like with going to space, the base consumer to them is really just an engine of resource. Like, the best thing you could do right now to help Jeff Bezos go to space, what could you do? Well, you can go work your job, not have any higher aspirations, and spend that check. On Amazon, of course. Spend that money. Spend it. Because it's going to go to somebody who has a higher pursuit. And it's very bleak. It's very bleak.
Yeah, because it's almost like a tax on hopes and dreams.
Well, Drake cracked the code. He cracked the recipe way back. I forget the name of I think it was on that song with Kanye West, Glow. Watch out for me. I'm about to glow.
Dude, see
Drake goes, I just took the dreams I've been sold and sell them for more. That's the cheat code. That's the recipe. That's the recipe to success. I just took the dreams I was sold and sell them for more. Elon Musk was crying, talking about Neil Armstrong going on the moon and then saying something negative about him pursuing space travel.
See,
but he sold to the open market, Tesla and SpaceX, $1 trillion of evaluations with no income. How? Because he sold the dream.
well, because he was a crypto bro, but like regardless, dude, it's just like Oliver Tree said, it goes on and on and on and on
Is
and
that
on
him?
and Oh yeah.
I didn't know that
Oh
was
my
him.
God, you've never seen all. Well, you're never gonna see Oliver
Well,
Tree
I heard
live.
he died, but I wasn't so sure because I saw things coming out that was staged, and then I didn't know.
Yeah, no. Apparently, celebrities and aircraft are not good mixes.
Truly, I did some research on this myself a while ago because John Denver, Jim Croce,
Kobe Bryant.
the Hollies, like
Sammy
Leonard
Hagar.
Skinner.
I did
Leonard
my
Skinner,
research when Kobe
so
died.
so many artists have died, like especially music artists have died in airplane accidents.
Because Kobe was my favorite athlete of all time. And after he died, I saw so many rich people talking about, I'll never get in a helicopter.
Yeah,
And then I started looking at the stats, and like the likelihood you'll die in a helicopter versus an airplane
oh
is
yeah,
insane. It's
choppers
like-
are crazy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Do you want to know what dream I think could be the most profitable? And if I'm wrong, then like I'll accept the hate. But I'm just sitting here kind of thinking, like, what dream could you sell now that the bottom level of people would really want to get behind?
Whoopi
What are they
Goldberg.
tired of paying for? I'll tell you, gas. One guy made, a water powered car, and then he got
well,
absolutely.
this show's about to go down.
He actually just got murdered for that.
facts.
So what if we sold the dream of water fueled cars, and we have the time, the resources to invest into this?
Yeah.
It would make money.
Okay,
And
let
it
me.
would solve a huge problem, and maybe it'd be a step in the right direction. Because I was sitting here thinking to myself, wow, this is a really bleak outlook. How do we bring the light to this in our time? Because like lots of people who are religious that I know, and I understand why they think this way. They think, tomorrow could be the last day. We might be in the end times. Maybe. I'm not going to think that way. I can think every day might be my last and live accordingly. But I'm not about to just sit here and think that I'm like nothing's going to happen. Every day is the last day. We're in the end times. I'd rather think a little more productively. And that's how can we bring the light to this? Start solving problems that only the lower people of the society are having. And we start. I think gas is a good loud point to deal with because we don't need it. There's got to be an alternative for people who are this smart and have come this far with inventions. Surely there's a way to not need gasoline once or twice a week.
Yeah.
It's eating. Think about that long term. How much money you're spending. Think about how many resources you're giving up just to be able to move. There's got to be something smarter.
Okay, no. You know why?
Herman, can you ever agree with me
No.
on anything that I say? It's no, no, no. You're a child. I'm going to touch you anyway. No, no, no. I'm just tired of it, Herman. Get off of me.
I didn't wipe.
Get off me,
I'm
man.
sorry.
It's okay.
But fucking, let me go ahead and tell you why. Do you know the reason why we haven't put all of our money in teleportation?
Because I'm fairly certain that it's not a possible.
Oh, it's very possible.
I don't think that it's possible.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, that goes against the laws of nature and
I
physics.
disagree.
Yeah, because that's what stopped us when we made the pacemaker when people's hearts
Or
went
the-
out.
yeah, the
Now, look-
atom bomb.
Yeah.
But there's
so-
things that make sense about that.
Oh yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
can't-
You can tell me how
Well, what-
nuclear physics work?
One thing is for sure, when they invent teleportation, it'll make sense.
Now,
You got to think about
It
that.
will not make sense because it won't happen.
no, it won't happen. And you know why?
Yes.
Bingo. Okay, so
They already
Think
invented
about
that
this.
shit
think about this.
in the 80s.
Tomorrow, somebody makes teleportation an absolute reality. Now, we're not minding the physics on this. We're doing a thought experiment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Theory, if you will.
Yes. You.
A game theory.
A furry theory.
Okay. So they make teleportation a thing. What do you think happens to mail? What do you think happens to instant drop-offs? What do you think happens to transportation? What do you think happens to 911 calls? What do you think happens when all that shit happens at once, when everybody has access to all of that and
He's spitting.
everything becomes obsolete?
Imagine you're just in your bedroom with your wife, and all of a sudden, a big black guy is teleported into the room, and now you have two options.
Some cucking.
Exactly.
No, more
Let
of,
him cuck or make him leave.
oh, I'd make them leave because, like, if teleporting humans is a real
Three.
thing,
Shoot him.
Yeah, no,
But
that's
you might have to.
no,
I
but
just don't see how you could disassemble particles in one place and then calculate how to put them somewhere
Well,
else.
there is
You
quantum
don't.
entanglement. I mean,
no, you don't. You don't. You just basically grab the particles that are around that area and then you reassemble them. You
That
disassemble them
doesn't-
in
how
one
can
spot.
Dude, that doesn't make sense.
and then you know,
You'd
the
never
fear of
know.
losing the soul.
Well, I don't think Furman's point is about whether or not it's possible. I think his point is about the consequences of something like that being made possible would simply be that the powers that be would not allow it.
Exactly.
The powers that be would disable it because they make too much money on the other industries.
Bingo.
Like there's been all this talk, and I've been thinking about this myself because I listened to this whole video today about gas production in the 1800s and how it came to be. Don't ask.
it's part of the Lego story.
It's not actually. It was about Back to the Future 3, actually, believe it or not. And just the amount of money made there, there's just like there's no way that the people who are in charge of that would allow. Like, I understand that point. I completely understand that point.
Oh God, I gotta get through this one show that I've been watching. It's essentially they make a drug out of a mushroom that is very hard to find, which it's not hard to cultivate, it's just hard to find, and it will cure anything. What do you
Doubtful.
think the pharmaceutical companies would do?
Oh, they'd go berserk. They'd
Ex-
kill that guy and extinguish every single mushroom that possibly has.
So we can't let the fear of big brother corporate coming down and putting hits on us
Oh yeah,
stop us from doing what's right.
$1 million entities
Yeah.
with multiple thousands of people underneath it holding it up and being the structure that their lives revolve around. Yeah, we can't hold them accountable. Yeah. No.
My rough take on it, because I haven't put a ton of thought into this solving this particular problem, but I don't think necessarily competing on inventions is the right take. It's more of a reframing of what it means to be human, or the experience itself. A lot of wealthy people, Elon, is one I can cite here again, said he doesn't enjoy his life. In multiple interviews, he's like, "Trust me, I'd rather not be me."
Well, I
And-
mean, if I was cheating at Diablo, I would hate myself too.
True, he actually was cheating on that.
Yeah, I heard. I've
But,
heard about that.
He goes, I don't really want to be me, and I think anyone who thinks that is, doesn't have the context. And to have that level of wealth, that level of autonomy, and to still be miserable, it highlights a bigger issue. Have you ever gotten really good at something to the point the fun is gone? That's happened to me many times. Like, maybe you've played a game for so long and you really did get good, but now it's no longer fun.
Smash Bros.
Well, I think that game is still fun to me, but there are things that I've gotten tired of, but that I was religious about. And again, for me, whimsy and childhood, the only two options we have to compete with this type of future. Because people consolidate themselves into a tunnel, into data, into outputs, into efficiency. It's just one big condensing of the human condition. The only counter force that exists to that type of thinking is the childlike wonder. It's the only thing that exists in opposition to the mechanical mind. And really, it would take a reframing of people's pursuits, people in power, to go, we can actually enjoy this world a lot more than we're enjoying it and still make progress. Progress is still going to happen. It will. It just doesn't have to be in the way that it is. I mean, people will literally give up their whole life to move an inch on the human history, to move an inch on progress. Like, I'm the guy who did this one thing, and hate their entire life in the process. And I think that way of thinking is just becoming not only commonplace, it's becoming like, this is how we should all be thinking. Don't you think about the greater good?
Not even for a second.
Yeah, but are you thinking about that for your own legacy or for the greater good? Because a lot of people are just thinking about it for their own legacy.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know.
See-
Well, they'll pretend it's for the greater good, but a lot of it is self-legacy. It's just their own legacy.
See, like that's the thing. Like with Nikola Tesla, watching somebody burn themselves on the pyre while making a fucking phenomenal study, and then watching them burn as the guy on the outside, I have never once been like, damn, wish I was that guy.
But
Not
think about what
once.
that guy knew, though. The info hazards that he stumbled across.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what it got him? Talking to pigeons. And then dying alone and destitute.
Well, listen, we're coming up on an hour and a half. So before we close out for the night on these and we reflect deeply on these topics, I think it's time we talk about the World Cup.
Yes.
I had one quick thing before we do though. Every single thing we're talking about.
Oh my God.
This happens every time.
Yeah.
Every single thing we're talking about is in a C.S. Lewis book. I swear to God. The third book in the space trilogy is literally about how science can be misconstrued to be the biggest utmost, the speed limit, if you will, of the human goal, and how demonic it is, and how it can take you over, and how a lot of scientists are literally practicing occult rituals. It's a crazy book.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about Prince Caspian?
I'm talking about That Hideous Strength.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, the third book in the space trilogy. And
Because-
He's talking about Monte Cristo.
yeah. Anyway, I just want to say that real quick.
Yeah,
That was
have
crazy.
that
to me.
happen to me a lot, where I'll be talking about something and people I know who are more studied in other things like theology will be like, "Wow, this really reminds me of this."
Well, it does. It reminded me of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway,
Oh.
we can talk about World Cup now.
Oh, speaking of which, before we go any further, ding, 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 ding. Bible fights, motherfucker.
No,
Deuteronomy.
We've
Read
avoided
it.
the Bible fight tonight.
No. I'm just putting that up there.
Okay.
You need to read your Deuteronomy, motherfucker.
I've read half of Deuteronomy.
Then you need to read the rest of it.
Yeah. So World Cup.
Sure, I do need to
hear,
read that.
I hear Frick has some interesting takes.
So what is a World
He's-
Cup?
Yeah, what is Cup? First. Let's
Well, I
get
know what
that
I Cup
started.
is.
I know two
all
girls,
right.
one cup.
The Ankh has entered the chat. I Cup, my God. No, it's not.
So what?
The World Cup.
Okay.
Okay,
Is it like baseball, hockey?
it's soccer.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
All right, I'm checking out on this one. Bye,
Or as
guys.
the rest of the world says, football.
Yeah,
Lord.
we're not. Yeah, no, it's soccer. Okay.
Yeah,
Come on,
facts.
get on
It's
our
soccer.
level.
Facts.
We're American. Why are you even watching it?
I do agree to some extent that it makes more sense for it to be called football, but I mean it's that's over now. It
No.
can't be.
It's just gross.
American supremacy.
Yeah,
We've
for sure.
decided.
Look, I'm sorry, but like football should be hit by other guys. Like at least rugby has some, actual shit. I once watched.
What do you mean has some
I'm
actual?
still
Do you
trying to get Frick's take, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. One second. Before we go any further, Australian rugby. I once watched a guy drop kick another guy, and he wasn't even close to the ball. No padding, no nothing. He just straight boom.
And was that a foul?
No, it was so good
Why is
Soccer.
that good? Why is that good?
because it's like
Do you
wrestling.
believe?
It's like wrestling, but also a sport. It's like what football was meant
Sport's
to be.
not wrestling. Wrestling's not a sport.
Not WWE, but like
Obviously
real
not.
wrestling. Dude,
Dude.
I'm not gonna lie.
Crazy
I
idea.
I have
just had. No other white man ever had an idea like this.
Go ahead.
What if we just took all the sports, one sport,
No.
like just one sport
footy, basket,
all together.
fucking
But what would you call it?
basket,
Sport.
footy, ball. yeah, we just call it sport.
Morning, sports fans.
Oh my god. Nope, we can't call it that. Nope. Oh god, I'm getting.
Are you a fan of sports? How about all of them?
Oh, you don't understand the trauma that I've had to go through hearing that. It's sports fans. We had a
We got
Whoa.
golfers getting CTE. Yes, you heard that right.
They got pummeled by the basketball guys. The hockey guys are having a hard time on the field.
So, Frick, World Cup.
I need to hear this. I need to hear your World Cup take for Frick.
I need it.
Tell us about your cupping.
Listen, guys. I never said it was a take. I
You
just
said you had
okay.
All right,
I
go
do
ahead.
have something. Okay, I was going to discuss the World Cup.
Okay.
As simple as that. Week 1 has ended, and here are our front runners.
Mm.
All right, so America has taken the dub 3-0.
Yes, and that's surprising. I've heard.
It is surprising. America was not, no one was rooting for America other than America. There wasn't any outside people getting excited for America taking the W. But our main front runners are actually France. France is really up there. They're kicking some ass actually. They're projected to win.
Just kidding.
But right below them is Britain. Now look,
Oh yeah.
Britain
know
beat
that.
Iraq. We're all
Well,
excited
that-
about that.
Oh,
That makes
good.
sense.
That's why there's so many there's so much Muslim violence going on in Europe right now because
Facts.
Britain
For that reason,
took
in
Iraq on,
particular.
and it wasn't even it was a slaughter.
Yeah,
I think it was like
Plus, statistically, Iraq just has less legs.
well,
maybe.
I mean, they have them, but they're on the
Well, one thing,
ceiling. There's
yeah,
one
exactly.
over there.
They stepped on so many landmines meant for U.S. soldiers over the past couple of years.
You just see
like,
nubs coming at you. You're like, oh damn it, I can't beat this guy.
and then also we have Argentina. These are our main guys. We've something about, I think Curacao is who they went against. I might be mixing that up, but that was like 9-0. It was just like depressing to be those guys. And I think earlier we were discussing, behind closed doors what makes soccer impressive.
It
And
isn't.
my big take here is the stamina and
lacking the stamina.
so whenever you're playing a basketball game, you have so many opportunities to make shots. There's so many hits of dopamine when it comes to being able to score.
Mm-hmm.
That's stamina too, but nowhere near the same as a soccer game.
Yeah.
Those guys, it's constant running and it's low dopamine moments for the majority of it.
Yeah, because the game is fucking depressing.
Yeah, well, also, I could be wrong on this, but I think basketball became the most popular sport in America. Football still might be it. But
I'm sure football is.
But basketball is engineered for dopamine. Back before dopamine hacking existed and people made things just to hack the human mind, basketball is perfect. It's made for the quick shots, the dunking, the free throws. It's perfectly set up for entertainment. Soccer is a more reserved sport.
See,
I
I
for
would
the watcher.
I honestly, here's something I don't know how interesting of a take you might find this, but I think that some sports would benefit and their popularity would increase if all the games before the playoff games, if all of them were ad free, and you didn't have to deal with a single ad on any service at all to watch them.
I like ads.
What are we talking about, bro?
Dude,
I've always
no
liked
way.
them.
have you never watched the Super Bowl?
There was a time when there were ads and it was like, oh, that's a funny ad. That was well thought out.
This will
It's
sound,
now just an inconvenience.
This will sound made up, but it is a true story. I mean, it's how I live my life. Growing up, I loved when ads came on. I loved when I saw commercials. Why? Because I always wanted to know what they wanted me to think. And I enjoyed the manipulation of it. I enjoyed seeing what they presented to manipulate me. I was like, I'm very interested in the tactics being used. I'm 4 or 5 thinking this kind of stuff. I'm like, peanut butter Reese's Puff cereal. Why is a black kid promoting it? And why is the bowl this shape? And why did they use this song? And I view ads as a form of entertainment because when you dissect it and you go, what's the end user here? Who are they really after? It's very interesting.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and drop my hot take before you guys cut me off.
Plus, the Super Bowl without ads wouldn't have as many viewers guaranteed.
Oh yeah,
No
definitely,
way.
without a doubt.
Guaranteed. You disagree?
Yeah,
But-
I disagree with
You
that.
disagree.
My problem
for
with
sure.
the ads is that most of them are generative AI now.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah, and those are shitty.
I just can't stand that shit.
Yeah, no,
I'm
that's
so done with it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make an ad that everyone in the world can see, make the ad.
I can tell you.
Make the ad.
Also, I want to watch football.
Yeah.
I want to watch the game.
Supplemental AI is selling if it's thrown into some real content, but AI on it in and of itself is not selling. It is not selling. One of the most
No.
hilarious things I see is course sellers, TikTok Shop. Great example. How to get rich just doing AI TikTok Shop videos. Any video that's selling a product on TikTok I've ever watched that has a link in bio to buy the product has no engagement. Zero. So I know it's a lie. They're trying to get money on the course, but AI is not selling. It's not there yet.
Well, see, that's the problem. AK, the problem is that they don't have the knowledge.
Yeah, they don't have the knowledge.
But let me go ahead and give you my hot take. Any sport that doesn't involve violence in some aspect is not a sport at all. The ultimate sport, rugby, hockey, MMA. That's it. Baseball, it's a snooze
Fake
fest.
sport.
Yeah, exactly. Football,
Fake
that
sport.
one, no, that one's actually a good one.
I fundamentally disagree
okay.
on the definition of sport. I think if it requires technique and skill, therefore it's a skill. Therefore it's a sport. I don't think it requires violence.
It does.
I think golf and frisbee golf are sports.
Oh, get fucked.
Are they
Oh,
not?
No, get him off the show.
I think
It
an
is
acrobatic
definitely
is a sport.
Definitely a sport.
You're fired.
Acrobatic.
I-
Think of anything in Wii Sport Resort.
Well, here's
All
what
of
I
those
would
things
say.
are sports.
Here's
No.
what I would say.
Yes.
No,
I'm not
no.
disagreeing it's a sport. You are substantially undervaluing the amount of violence in frisbee sport.
Oh, get
Well, maybe
all of
ultimate
you.
frisbee is a bigger violence quotient.
Golf is a violent sport.
What the fuck? When?
Golf is a violent sport. The outfits to the rod to the central point of contact, its violence exists in its elitism.
In its social,
In its
in its social
elitism.
aspect.
Are you guys sharing the same crack pipe?
You know, if Ready, what was that movie called? Adam Sandler,
Happy Gilmore.
Happy
Happy
Gilmore.
Gilmore. I almost said Freddie Gilmore. If Happy Gilmore is your only point of reference for golf, then maybe it's like actual physical violence. But when you're talking about violence, you're not talking about the social aspect. You're not talking about those things. You're talking about most people are referencing actual physical
A
violence, like
middle-aged
football.
white man in khakis and loafers with
It's-
a pompous ass walk and a nice watch and gloves is going to go on a course and hit a tiny little white ball with an iron shaft or a steel shaft.
Which is better than blue balls.
And he's going to have another man carry his rods for him.
What I'm saying
I'm
is
saying
the
it's
appeal
violent.
of that is the skill required, not the pompousness of it. At least to me, I don't think it's about
But
watching
he's
these
saying
guys in
violence is
specific clothes.
foundational, not that it's the selling point. It's the foundation.
Yeah, dude, I'm okay. Look, there are certain sports in this world where I do not believe that they are sports. Listen to me, America.
Yes.
Bobsledding, not a sport.
What?
Bowling, not a sport.
Oh
Golf,
my goodness.
not
Now
a
we're
sport.
actually off the deep end.
What are we talking
Who do you
about?
think you are?
all of these,
yeah,
not
I
a
was gonna
sport.
say bowling, maybe not a sport, except when
Except
that man said, "Whoever you think you are, I am."
That's
I knew
the
it was
one.
a sport.
That
No,
was a
I knew
sport.
it.
No,
Actually,
it's not a
think
sport.
that bowling might be one of the top 3 most violent sports.
Literally-
Get the
and it's
fuck
not even
out.
close.
Oh,
Literally,
God.
again, if it requires skill and technique and patience and like molding yourself into someone who could do the sport
But if you don't
efficiently,
think bowling is violent, just look at the animated videos you get. When
I'm
you're
saying-
Exactly.
I'm saying a sport doesn't necessarily
you
require.
see like the 9 getting cucked while the 8 gets knocked by the bowling ball. And it's
I'm
just,
saying that a sport doesn't necessarily require violence, even though a lot of them do. I'm
you
saying
get a split
the
next
sport-
round. It's you
for
and your
something to
wife
be a
splitting.
sport necessarily requires skill, technique, patience, and molding yourself into someone who can perform,
I don't care.
into an athlete.
I'm sorry. I don't care. Look, it takes a lot of fucking premise to go ahead and handstand on one hand and piss upside down in a toilet. I wouldn't call it a sport.
It is a
Yeah,
sport.
that's a
That's a
sport.
sport.
No,
You
it's
also,
not.
Furman,
Hamilton.
you're forgetting like the layers of violence beneath the man who cultivated the skill.
Yeah.
That man is interwoven.
Self violence.
That's what I'm saying. Especially
So
with golf.
is the argument that necessarily for the sport to exist, the instinct toward violence has to exist.
No.
just dominance.
No.
Dominance.
No.
Well, I would have
Violence
said yes, but
just
I
is-
don't know where he's about.
Yeah,
to go.
where's
No,
he going?
no. Let me,
Because I understand that point, but
No.
I'm saying necessarily as a sport, it doesn't have to be violent
no.
to be a sport.
Okay, one second. Let's
Well, it has to be
roll
thrilling.
it back. Let's roll it back for a second. Let's roll it back.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, let me make my argument.
Okay.
Violence makes sports better.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, now
And
That's a
ones
different
that
point.
did-
No,
That's a
you
completely
have-
different point.
Now it's not
Skip.
even an argument.
Yeah,
Yes.
bro. No, it's
Thank you.
obvious.
I
Dude,
agree.
Okay.
I agree with that.
But that isn't the point we're
in
arguing.
golf, you could
He
come
just be
over
walking
while
back.
they're about to tee off,
You wa-
and you
you-
could just
hey,
hit
He
them in the
went
back of
into
the
the
leg.
darkness. He went into the darkness.
Yeah, Furman,
guys.
I'm a little disappointed.
He retreated.
No.
It's
It's
toward-
It
a
was a
very fair
retreat.
It did.
argument.
I think that like there are some things that could be considered sports that wouldn't necessarily be entertaining to watch at all. But that doesn't mean it's not a competition.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But that would still be a sport.
Yeah, it'd be a sport.
Yeah.
And it may not have any violence attached to it at all, except for like the inner violence you have when you fail, or like the violence you think about towards your enemy as you're both knitting into oblivion, trying to be the best knitter of the
The best
guild.
what?
Knitter,
The best what?
knitter, knitting, slacks,
KNITT
and jocks.
But no, like what I'm saying is like
I
can you-
actually fell in love with this one girl one time, and she liked to knit. And my mom, she's actually a crocheter, and she said, "I can't believe that you're a knitter lover."
I'll tell you guys a secret.
he's loved a lot of knits in
My-
his life.
Might cause some controversy.
Go ahead.
Knitter, please.
But one time I fell in love in a dream,
Mm.
Mm.
and I
Mm.
stayed in love for 4 months.
Damn, kept coming back to that dream.
I bet he never got the dream again.
Never had it again.
Mhm.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
He never wanted to dance again. His guilty feet.
What was his
Had
name?
no rhythm.
Tonight we can't release these clouds, baby.
What? Stop right now! I never want to hear that again, bro. What a butcher,
All right. Do
guys!
you guys
it's-
have another point? Can I say
No.
something?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
start wrapping up.
All right.
Yeah,
I was
for
going to
sure.
say the thing about this World Cup stuff that I was really intrigued by was the amount of foreigners coming for the World Cup and being so enthralled with the United States culture and realizing, oh, this isn't a place where I'm going to get shot or stabbed by walking in the street. In fact, I love this food. And it's mostly the foodies that I was interested by. There's this guy, Freddie, what was his name? Freddie LA7, who came from Germany, and he's just touring the South. He loves the South. He loves everything about it. And there's all these people from the UK trying Raising Cane's and saying it's 9 out of 10. Like, I've had Raising Cane. It is not 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
Dude,
9 out of
it's
10's a little
mid.
It's a
much.
5 out of 10.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
guys are dropping rice marks on the wrong chicken.
It's edible. It's okay, but it is not 9.
Yeah,
right?
dude. I'm sorry if your whole selling point is
Maybe they were
sauce.
saying like no. Maybe they were saying like no, this is not a good establishment.
The
no,
utility.
no.
of
9 out of 10.
blending
They were saying it was the
cultures.
best.
You said 9, right? That's
9.
that's a no.
No.
None, no, 0 for the 10.
It is 9 out of 10.
See, exactly.
Tomorrow,
That could be what it was.
On next week's episode, foodies and why I hate them.
Oh, dude, I'm down for that one.
'Cause I
Mukbangs and
fucking
shit.
Hate foodies.
Oh, come on. Tune in, folks.
Can I have a guilty what do you call it? Confession?
Yeah, you're a foodie.
I have wanted to be a foodie.
Oh,
Like
same.
someone who makes
You strike
videos.
me as the type.
Someone who makes videos is like, this place's chips are better than
Yeah.
this other
I
place's
could
chips.
see that for you.
And like I go around the restaurants in town here and I'm like, that other place has better chips than this fucking place.
Dude, St. John.
Like,
He went St. John on the lamb.
St. John. St. John. I swear to God, I will put a hand on the Bible right now. The
Okay.
second I get a job, I will go with you. I will record you.
I mean,
When you get a job.
Yes.
I was gonna take my
How's-
wife with me, but maybe you'd go.
Dude,
maybe
I
instead.
can record both of you so that way we have two different parallels.
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
we
I
can do
could never
local
be a
and then a little
foodie.
bit further because I've had Korean hot pot and I'm not gonna lie, for $80, it was worth every fucking penny.
Furman is like only a couple ramen packs away from looking like Nikocado. we really are
My take
approaching
on the World
dangerous
Cup
territory.
was, as always, what the fuck are you doing as a man watching us
Soccer
other
game.
dudes kick balls around? Like,
Right.
I haven't actually seen a single game.
You're
so
like,
this is
needs something of more substance. It needs more.
you're taking away. What if it's their culture, bro?
Oh, what if it's their culture? What if they like
Yeah.
to wipe their ass from back to front?
This
Who
may be
cares?
the most unpopular opinion, maybe not in this room, but out of men. But if you're sat there watching sports every Sunday,
Hate it.
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
What they want.
that's
I'm
where-
sorry.
And
What
not
the
only
fuck are you doing?
That generation, that crowd, and there's people today obviously still a part of it. But when I was growing up, be the same motherfuckers who've been like, you're in your room playing video games all day, At least I'm taking action. At least I'm shooting the fucking hooker in Grand Theft Auto. Like I'm doing something.
Yeah. And then they're watching the game and they get so pissed off that the game didn't go out. So because people they don't fucking know didn't kick a ball right when they should have.
Didn't fuck my wife last night.
Like shut up. Like
Oh, dude.
God.
I fucking hated that generation because like I'll never understand the appeal, especially with football. There's like a little bit more into it, but like with soccer, it's like, wow, they scored 3 fucking goals the entire
more
game, and that's
difficult
how
to
they
score
won.
a goal.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's harder to get the point.
No, fuck off. Most of the
Why?
time, no, fuck off.
Bro.
Because most of the time with soccer games, have you actually sat down and watched a soccer game? Get ready to see more yellow and red than a McDonald's.
I've been in a soccer game.
Oh,
It's
that
hard.
would explain so much, you fucking hippie.
I've played 2 games of soccer.
Oh, gross.
I've played more than 2 games, but it's
I mean, like 2 like legitimate games. I was forced to be on a team.
I was on
AK,
teams.
we hired a commie. I'm sorry, but we got to.
That's right. I'm coming for your children, your wives, and your soccer balls. We're going to be playing whether you like it or not.
Oh yes. Well, I'm going to throw up a yellow card.
In the words of Hank Hill, you know, Bobby, soccer was invented as a way to keep European wives entertained while their husbands had nothing to do. Something to that effect.
Something about that.
Time to drop a
God.
propane tank on the World Cup.
Have we covered all we wanted to cover tonight, guys?
Surely.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't give a ton on the light. I gave a ton on the crisis of our time.
Yeah.
Speed.
Give us some
But
light before we
Even
go.
though this
Yeah.
week was supposed to be about the light, as we said last week, next week is
Next
actually going to
week,
be about the
and
light.
one thing for those worried and going, am I going to die? Is speed going to overwhelm me? I want to give some parting hope. Remember, there's nothing faster than the speed of light.
Amen.
Okay. And I want to go ahead
Hell
and give
yeah.
you guys a little bit of depression. If you do a lot of speed, it will kill you.
And then you can go to the
let me,
light.
Let me sit on the fence for a second. You can do just enough speed to be all right. Snort it. Lock yourself in a room.
Just a little.
Fast for 5 days. Read the Bible. Find the light.
Amen.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And no fruit, you fucking pussies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Dude, actually, we were about to close up. But I just thought about this.
Nah, nope.
The dude,
Save it.
there's like this one influencer guy. He was on social media. He said,
You saw this too.
"Yes,
That's
bro.
why it drove me
yes,
fucking
bro."
nuts.
He said, "So I read the Bible in 5 days. My wife can attest to this."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, cool."
And then he kept going.
He said, I fasted for the whole thing. I felt like I needed to fast. I was like, okay, this is inspiring me to do this.
Yeah.
And then he went into the story.
Yes, about it. And then he was like, yeah, I didn't have anything except. And I was like, if he just says water, I understand.
Yeah.
Water, watermelon, cantaloupe, and nothing else. And I was like, bro, you ruined it.
Yeah,
You
you're not
ruined
really
it.
fasting.
Bro,
That's not a fast.
You chose the fruit over the bread, and that's on you, bro.
He literally did the thing he was
He
forbidden
set
to
the
do.
stage
in
for the whole
Genesis.
story, then told his story about what he thought about the Bible. And then at the end, he was like, and you know, like I said, I was fasting. I only had watermelon. And like, I'm like, what? So you weren't fasting at
You
all?
literally couldn't follow the simplest instruction. Don't eat the fruit.
And I saw
Eat
him.
nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Drink water.
I saw
Bitch.
him slip.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was a slip because as soon as he said it, he threw that other fruit in there too because he didn't know where he was. I saw the panic. He went into pure panic mode.
Bro,
Just
ruined
that
the
moment,
clip.
like,
Bro folded for the clip.
Well, but really fast.
Actually, you know what? We're gonna do that for the next 5 days.
the fuck
What?
we will. What
I
is this
would,
weird?
but I have to schedule it.
I would also have to. Yeah, can we do this? We're gonna schedule this.
We're gonna
St.
schedule
John,
fast.
You're
3
in.
is better.
When?
We'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
All
I'm
right,
gonna have
so
to get tased and have to fast.
You
Fuck
You don't have
you.
to
Can't
fast.
do it.
You can.
No, you ain't got to do it. For
Even though
me.
you could for probably a couple months.
You
Anyways,
skinny ass bitch.
don't trip in the darkness, ladies and gentlemen.
Remember, stay positive, test negative.
Look at the
And drink water.
stars.
Drink
Look how they
water.
shine on you.
Oh, drink water, drink water, drink water, bitch. 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 Brush your teeth every day. Oh, don't play too many games. Oh, only 3 hours a day. Oh, respect your parents. Okay. Oh, love your mom, love your dad. Always say please and thank you. Oh, you can say words like fucking and shit and I'll come to your house and spank you. Oh, don't say. Oh, drink water, bitch. Oh, drink.